when the saints go marching in.
Vox Fidei brings you into the inner life of the Word made flesh. Father Chris guides us in the lives of the saints in Saintly series.
Welcome to Saintly series. Today, 28th of August, we celebrate St. Augustine of Hippo, Bishop and Doctor of the Church. Wow! Just yesterday, we celebrated a mother's feast day. Today, it is the feast day of her son. St. Augustine was born in Tagaste, Algeria. This was on the 13th of November, 354 AD. He was the son of Patricius the pagan, and his mother Monica, a fervent Christian, who also became a saint. Augustine was blessed with very high intelligence. He also had a kind of passionate personality. Through the generosity of a family friend, Augustine was able to study beyond basic course in his homeland of Tagaste. He became an accomplished rhetorician and a teacher of rhetorics in Africa, in Rome, and later in Milan. In his adolescence, Augustine could not derive satisfaction from the church, even though he was a catechumen. He rather was drawn to other forms of spiritual exercises and connected to different sects, especially the Manichaeans, who believe that all flesh is evil. And even he finally embraced skepticism. Augustine was one of the most intelligent men the world has ever known. But his life of impurity and intellectual pride beclouded him, that he could not see the hand of God in his life, nor could he even recognize divine truths. Augustine left Africa for Rome, and later to Milan, teaching rhetorics. One day he had followed a young woman to church, seeking audience with her. But he had to wait for her outside the church so that he could meet with her at the end of Mass. The inspirational homilies and eloquent rhetorics of St. Ambrose, then Bishop of Milan, led Augustine to the path of conversion. When he heard about two men who had unexpectedly converted to the faith from reading the life of St. Anthony, Augustine felt horribly ashamed of himself. What are we doing? What kind of life is this? He asked a good friend of his, Alypius. Unlearned people are taking heaven by storm. And here we are, we who are learned, with great understanding. We are here so foolish that we keep rolling around in the mud of our sins. This Augustine said to Alypius. Augustine then turned to God, crying when he got home. How long more, O Lord? Augustine was asking God. Why does this hour not put an end to my sins? Just then, he heard a child singing, "Take up and read," like a vision. Take up and read. Thinking that God intended him to hear those words, he picked up the letters of St. Paul and read the first passage he opened. It was just what Augustine needed, what he desired at that time, where St. Paul was saying, put away all impurity and to live in imitation of Jesus Christ. He was baptized in Milan at the age of 33 in the year 387 AD, along with his son and some friends of his. And after that, Augustine returned to his hometown in Tagaste, where he began to live a monastic life. He was then ordained a priest at the age of 36 and was made Bishop of Hippo at the age of 41. This was in the year 397 AD. Augustine died of fever during the invasion of North Africa by Vandals. This was on the 28th of August, 430 AD, at the age of 76. His relic was taken to Sardinia and later on to Pavia in Italy. and they are preserved in the Basilica of San Pietro in Ciel de Oro. There they are till date. Two of his greatest works are City of God and the Confession, that he wrote at the age of 43 as a bishop, a piece that centers on his life and that of his mother. The life of St. Augustine reflects what is happening amongst most young people today and even young adults. It further tells us clearly what to do in order to find fulfillment, to find peace, to find true happiness, to find joy. The kind joy that we cannot find elsewhere but in God alone. Augustine is the patron saint of theologians, the patron saint of printers, the patron saint of brewery and brewers. He is the one to invoke when you have aching eyes. The color of the day is white. Peace be with you. I am Father Chris, Vox Fidei.
Or when the saints go marching in, or when the saints go marching in.
Vox Fidei, God is in charge.